Easy, guys. How we doing? How you doing, Chris Holden? 12:12 UK time. What time is it here? 4:12. Okay, probably go for about 45 minutes to an hour. I'm going to discuss revelation, as I always do with sports. I'm going to tell you why the 76ers just beat the Celtics in the most dramatic fashion you will ever see. Because as a one-off, I actually watched the game. I went downtown, got myself some barbecue ribs, the most delicious, spicy mango dressing that I've ever had. French fries, nice side salad, and orange juice. And the game was on, and I witnessed it. Well, I didn't watch the whole game, but I witnessed it. I saw the swings. I saw the 76ers up by 15. I was looking at it. I was hearing the commentary at one point until they turned it off. I was like, this ain't done and dusted yet. They're going to make this dramatic. I could tell. I look at the audience. And 76ers won in overtime by a point in the most dramatic fashion you'll ever see because Smart, number 36, 666, the 36 triangular number, hit a three like 0.2 seconds after the buzzer, which would have meant Boston won. So I got to witness it. It made me realize why I don't watch the games. Geez, if I had money on it, which I don't, I would have been stressed. I would have covered Boston all day long at plus 600 in play. Got to be smart or taken the spread when they were down by 15 because I know what it does. I know how these games play out. That's why I'm 83% in the NBA since October the 18th, 2022, which is remarkable. So the series is tied at 2-2. It's a big satanic number. Kobe, his highest scoring game was his 666th game, the 22nd day of 2006, the year Gianna Bryant was born, who died in the helicopter crash with him. So, hey, 609 Smith, how you doing, my brother? Hey, Divine, blessings to you. I had money on 76ers and somehow never had a doubt they'd lose. Brilliant. That's a lot of confidence. The code was really, really strong. I'll go through it. But with a team like Boston, they always have huge numbers. I've told you these top teams will always have big numbers, but the 76ers code was very, very, very good. Well done. Good for you. 88 days after LeBron, 38 ritual. Dan Gilbert's son born on the 201st day dies. Imagine that. Dan Gilbert born 83 days before LeBron. That's wild, mate. Murder equals 83, doesn't it? Right. I got 2 out of the 3 horses in the top 3 in the Derby, bro. Excellent. Yeah, I called. I didn't get the winner, but the second and third, I said to look out for them, and they came in. The horse that won, was it Marge or something? I didn't see much for it. But the other 2, I just looked at the names. I was like, okay, they're going to perform well, and they came second and third. Again, if you're going to bet, you should always each way in horse racing. Always. You always get huge value, and only one horse can win. You have to go each way. Most people don't even know what each way means. Basically, it means in many times if they're in the top 3 or the top 6, depending on how many horses are racing, you can win. Never just back one horse. That's criminal. It's just like, it's nonsensical. But people do. In the National, I got, I think 3 out of my 4 horses placed. You would have won a lot of money, but the winner was a guy decoding the matrix on my website called The Winner. But I called the each ways. 3 of them. Right, so I put more money on it after Celtics came back. Smart move. If you have that conviction and you like the code. Did you see my code, or are you just going off your own? I'll go through my code now. I'm not sure if you're on my website or if you have your own. Whatever it is, congratulations to you. All right, I'll discuss this, and then I'll go over the Man United game, which was the biggest 10 ritual I think I may have ever seen. I'll review that with you all as well. They want to keep that top 4 tight, guys. It's drama. It's energy harvesting. It's a production. It's a show. All right? If you're a director of a movie, you want asses in seats until the end of the movie, don't you? So you're not going to have the Premier League decided months before, or who's relegated months before, who's the top 4 months before. Again, if you got the movies and you already know the ending, come on. They want you there, asses in seats. It's what they just did in that 76ers Celtics game. All right, drag it out. Next to me, there was a baseball going on. I think it was the Cubs against the Marlins. It went to like 13 innings. 13 innings. And I see these fans now, they were 76ers fans crying, by the way, when the team went down, and cried when they won. Adults. And unfortunately, kids. And it was showing the Chicago Cubs fans as well. They were like biting the nails. Why? It's some guys hitting a ball or bouncing a ball or throwing a ball around. Why are we crying about it? I've been there, guys. I told you I was a outrageously diehard Man United fan. And I literally cried as an adult when Sergio Aguero scored that goal against QPR, Queen's Park Rangers. I actually cried and I punched a wall. That's why I think that gives me this added passion to call it all out, because I was one of those super diehard, pathetic fans. So I've been there, guys. I ain't shitting on you if you still are, because I was one of them. But trust me, when you see the code and you see what it's all about, you want to reveal it. You will no longer be a fan of these players. All right, so check this out. Check this out. This is crazy. So the Celtics were slight favourites in this. The 76ers were plus 110. So more than double your money if they won. I like the 76ers to win the game today and tie the series at 2-2. Boston equals 22. Through my 3 years of coding the NBA, this is by far my best sport. My hit rate is unmatched. It can't be matched. I know how big Boston is with the number 22. Today is 307 days after the recent anniversary of the Declaration of Independence being signed. It was signed in Philadelphia, and the Celtics just got their 307th playoff loss. Enormous, guys, in Philadelphia. I'll say that again so you're paying attention. Today is 307 days after the recent anniversary of the Declaration of Independence being signed. It was signed in Philadelphia, and the Celtics just got their 307th playoff loss, and they got it in Philadelphia. So, again, going all the way back to when the NBA was founded, all right, 6-6-46, this record's been set up from all the way back then. For it to line up day in, day out, it means that it's like it's already been written. Like it's already been written. That's why they talk about the script all the time. So if you watch the movie The Conjuring and you do some research about demonology, 307 is demon hour. It's why England won their only ever World Cup final on 37, the 30th of July. Wearing red, number 6 was the captain in 66, and they won the final 4-2. The Beast reigns for 42 months, guys. Who handed Bobby Moore the trophy? Queen Elizabeth, Prince Philip, massively connected to Revelation. I checked my King Charles video today, a few hours ago, to check how many views, because it's one of the more popular videos. 4.2 thousand. I sent it to Lockwood. Oh, no, I didn't. I don't think I sent him it. You can check it now. I think it's 4.2. Do you think the shot from Celtics 0.2 seconds too late was scripted? Yeah, but not by man. So, glitch in the Matrix, if you witnessed that, like I did, if you watched that play, so James Harden, who, by the way, got 42 points, he got the game-winning shot of 3. Embiid set him up. I had Embiid to go big today, and he did. He got 34 points. So the prop came in on Embiid. 76ers won. Embiid got 34. Harden got 42. Combine it, you get 76. 76ers. They took a timeout when they had 76 points on the board with a really comfortable lead. The Illuminati, the US were founded 1776. Queen Elizabeth was born 1,776 days after Philip. Guys, I made edits to my Queen book last night. I'm going to get it back out. I added quite a lot because I added the King Charles coronation stuff and a few other things. So, yeah, when he got 42 points, I knew. Yeah, you never know 100% glitch in the Matrix. You never know. But when Boston were plus 600 and it went to overtime, it often means the team that comes back loses. That's something I've learned. So when a team's massive odds in play and they do this amazing comeback, but it goes to overtime, they pretty much always lose in overtime because the demons, which is the algorithm, don't want to pay out plus 600 on the best team in the NBA. Do you know what I mean? So just understanding that. Thank you, 6079 Smith. Love you, Adam, one of the best content creators out there. No ego. I have a bit of an ego. I ain't going to sit here claiming I don't have an ego. I do. But it's tamed. It's tamed. But thank you for that. 307, going back to that, is the 63rd prime number. And Boston can stay on 63 season wins. Philly can become 60-30, 6-3 this season with a win. That's a 66.6% win rate. And the Church of Philadelphia is the sixth Church of Revelation. Can you believe this? Again, something's guiding me at this point. I knew JFK would be involved. He always is involved with Boston. He was born there. JFK was born in Boston and he died in 63 at age 46. And today is 4 months and 6 days into the year. Catholic equals 46. The US has its 46th president. The main reason, despite the most incredible code for the Lakers that you'll ever see, and it gets stronger by the day. All the 46s is what makes me think LeBron might stay 4 and 6 in NBA Finals. We know all about the 5 and 6, the 56. It's everywhere. The Lakers code is insane, but people underestimate the power of that 46, guys. 4 6s is 66.6% as well. JFK was the US's 35th president. And with a win, 76ers will become 3 and 5 versus Boston this season. JFK was born on the 149th day of the year. 149 is the 35th prime. And if you watch that game, with 149 left on the clock in overtime, Embiid got 2 points and then a foul. It got overturned. Then it looked like Boston had won it. 149 on the clock. Go watch it if you watch the replay of it all. I called it. Satan equals 35. Kobe was born in Philly and he retired in 2016. 2016 is the 63rd triangular number, guys. 6 times 6 times 6 is 216, like 2016. JFK was born on a day leaving 216 days left in the year. It's just remarkable, guys. It really is. Kobe made his NBA debut at age 18. Today is exactly 18 weeks into the year, and Boston just got their 18th road loss this season. 6 + 6 + 6. It's deep. Guys, it's revelation. You can look at me and say, oh, wow, this guy's really smart. I want to go on his website. I want to win money. It's revelation, my word. Did you see the Grim Reaper at the coronation, guys? Did you see the Grim Reaper at the coronation, guys? Check it out if you haven't. It's on my site. Boston equals 32. The 76ers can get their 32nd home win this season, exactly 32 weeks before the Pope's birthday. Today's Sunday, guys. I did a whole post this morning to look out for Society of Jesus numbers. Kobe died on a Sunday as well. Today has 55 dating emoji pure. Satan equals 55. 55 is the 10th Fibonacci and triangular number. There's a span of 10 months and 10 days before Joel Embiid's birthday. So look for him to score 25 plus points. He got 34. He got 34 points, guys. The 9th Fibonacci number. What I like about Embiid, he just got the MVP. And the reason I like that he got the MVP is because he was born 3:16. John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. Joel Embiid, number 21, told you the Queen got married at 21 to Philip, who was born in 21. Embiid was born 3:16. Guys, John 3:16, he's just got the MVP. Jesus is on his way, man. I'm telling you. He's on his way. Satan equals 10. Kobe Bryant won number 24 and number 8, and he died on a Sunday, and the 76ers can get their 248th playoff win. That also connects to my 32s. Philly getting their 32nd home win of the season, 24 plus 8 is 32. Kobe won 3 finals wearing number 8, 2 finals wearing number 24. They can do this on a day leaving 238 days left in the year, and Kobe was born in Philly on 23/8. what I love about this knowledge, it doesn't bore me. I'm still blown away after 3 years of doing this pretty much every day. I don't get bored of it, of seeing it play out. Kobe died a span of 157 days after his birthday, and the 76ers can get their 157th home playoff win. So this game finished with 231 points, the 21st triangular number, and Embiid wears 21. 21 is just a huge number. I think it's because it's 7 + 7 + 7, and 777 is God. 666 is the devil and man. Mark, I coded this before the game, Mark. I coded the 76ers to win and Embiid to go big on my website before. 90% of my live stream and videos are from codes I did before. You just watch my Canelo video before. All right? I do these codes 90% of the time before. So please don't give me this. You're not the only one. I know you're not the only one who tells me, oh, you're smart, but it'd be great if you did it before. I do it before. 6 months before the Warriors won the NBA Finals, I said they were winning it at a huge price. I said Steph Curry would get the MVP. He did. I said they'd win it 4-2. I said they'd close it out in 616, the alternate number of the Beast. And the Beast runs for 42 months. I've called futures in 11 different sports, multiple times in the same sport. So the code I've just read to you, my friend, was before. So please stop with the bullshit of lying or making accusations that you don't have a clue about. Go on my website. I code every day, sometimes 6 days out of 7 when I really need a break. And what you should care about, brother, is the truth, is the numbers, is the patterns, is revelation. Like, I love my brother. My brother's amazing. I love him, John. We've had our ups and downs. But he only cares. He only cares if he wins money from my picks. If you reveal anything to him afterward, he don't care. It's insignificant unless he won money. And then I'm a genius. It's the world we live in. So yeah, I revealed the code, and then all my numbers play out. They play out. 83% in the NBA this season. Nobody's anywhere near that. And you know that deep down. So, and I owe it all to God, okay? Listen to this. I'm going to tell you, by the way, Embiid weighs 127 kilograms. Today's the 127th day of the year. I know that's reaching, but that just made me laugh. Right. So, again, I was a massive Man United fan. Just huge. Not anymore. I don't care. They just lost to West Ham United. The Hammers, the Skull and Bones. CM Punk pose. Anyone want a screenshot and say that I'm a member of Skull and Bones because of that? So Ben Rama got the winning goal. Ben Rama did that. All right, which is the mark of the beast, which I've been trying to tell you over and over and over again because something's guiding me. That's the mark of the beast. So Ben Rama did that. Nobody's asking why. Well, I guess he was mocking Rashford, yeah? Was he mocking Rashford? Mark, do you really think I'm going to tell you I've got for the finals when you come in on my live stream telling me that I should do it before? Go on my website. If you don't have $10, you shouldn't even care who wins if you're not going to bet. So West Ham beat the Red Devils, and here's why. West Ham gets 10th league win by beating Ten Hag's Red Devils. West Ham defeated Manchester United 1-0 like 10 on Sunday after an error by keeper David De Gea allowed Said Benrahma to score his 10th goal of the season, guys. His 10th goal of the season in a 1-0 win. He does it against Ten Hag's Man United, and West Ham get their 10th win in the league. Go back and watch all my lives and how often I've told you Ten Hag loves to win 1-0 or lose 1-0. And Mike, whatever your name is, or Mark, I called Ten Hag going to Man United at 40-1 over a year before he did. because of all of his Queen connections. And then he signed for them on the Queen's 96th birthday, mate. Yeah. Called Ronaldo to go back to Man United and make his second debut on 9/11. He did. Called Messi to go to PSG over a year before he did. He did. List goes on, mate. So I ain't doing it after the fact. Today has 55 date numerology pure, which I've told you is the 10th Fibonacci and triangular number. 5 plus 5 is 10. West Ham got their 10th win and stayed on 18 losses in the league. Luke 10-18, the NBA season began on 10-18, guys. The Lakers played the Warriors on that date as well. And he said unto them, I beheld Satan, which gets you 10 in gematria. The matrix is made up of ones and zeros. Satan's behind the matrix, tricking people, taking them away from God. And he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. Lightning equals 55, guys. That's why the Tampa Bay Lightning won back-to-back Stanley Cups. Lightning strikes twice. And like I said, the goal scorer, Ben Rama, did the Mark of the Beast celebration. Number 22, Ten Hag was born on 2/2, which is, by the way, is the 33rd day of the year. And Satanic gets you 2/2. And then later in the day, the 76ers, all connected to Revelation, just tied up the series 2/2. 22 is a master builder number. All right. 1776 divided by 8 is 222. Yep, I think that's in my Queen book. But great eye. It was about a year ago that I started to do that. I would add up the numbers, I would divide them, I would times them, and you start to see how significant it is. Like the Queen died 9/8. 9 times 8 is 72. It's 72 goetic demons. Pope Francis became the Pope the 72nd day of the year. Cristiano Ronaldo was born a span of 7 weeks and 2 days after the Pope's birthday. Brady won his last Super Bowl, which I predicted, Mark, a year before, on 7/2, the 7th of February. So you start seeing how these numbers work, and you see how complex they are. So again, I don't watch sports, but I saw this NBA game because I wanted to go downtown. I wanted some ribs. I wanted an ice cream. I wanted to be around people. Forgot to tell you this. So I'm there sat at the bar. I'm by myself at the bar. And I've got my orange juice. I'm not drinking alcohol. And this nice girl behind the bar, got chatting with her. She's married, but I had a good chat with her. And these two women came up to me, probably in their 50s. Well, one of them came up. And she was like, you're handsome. I was like, oh, thank you. Are you here alone? I was like, yeah, there's no one here. It's like, okay, you live here. I was like, yeah. Do you have a girlfriend? I was like, yeah. Do you have any single friends? I was like, not really. And then she came back with a mate who's probably a little bit older than her. And she was wanting a piece as well. Crazy stuff. But Kenya, if you're watching, I know you're not because you're at work. I said, no, I have a girlfriend, ladies. So anyway, I wanted to get that off my chest. So anyway, what was I talking about? Yeah, this game was going on, the 76ers in Boston. And I was watching, guys, the fans and the reactions of the players. And for me, just for me, I know they have a lot of timeouts, but not as many as you think. The amount of trial for error that can happen in these games if man's behind it is practically impossible. The turnovers, the rebounds, when they get tripped, the missed free throws, the last second threes that miss. Like, there's not a chance. And you see the emotion of the players, guys. It's hard to believe that they all know at this point. But then you also see them quite often when I used to watch it. These games where they don't have any emotion. It's like they know it's a big show. And some of them look like they feel guilty that they're deceiving people. So it's hard to say. But when you watch a full NBA game and there's so much transition, there's so many calls that go off in that game, to think that these players are all in on it, doing it so perfectly, it can't be them. They might be involved. They might be somewhat aware. The top stars might be aware. They don't all know. That's why some of you might have friends who are pro athletes and they're nice and there's no way that they worship Satan. They might not. Satan has infiltrated everything. He's definitely infiltrated sports by creating professional sports. Well, somewhat creating, but God creates everything. But you know what I mean? He's infiltrated them and come up with the concept of these franchises and making it all about money and ego and fame and fortune. Again, how many kids want to be pro athletes because they just love the sport? No, they want to be pro athletes because they want to be rich and famous. Mark, you picked Knicks to win, didn't you? I haven't looked into that Knicks game. I'm not gonna. I'm done for the day. I'll work on my book later. There's some phenomenal coders on my site. It ain't just me. There's some amazing coders, probably at least 30 at this point. I'm very, very grateful to them. I'm very proud of the site because the level of people, the level of thinking, the level of discussion is so high every day. It's a blessing to be like, obviously, the main guy behind it, but I literally learn something every day off that site from somebody. No matter what it is, I'm like, wow, what? Somebody showed me Canelo's logo. It's the Freemason logo. It's like, I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all. And then it is. It literally is. Man, a second division Irish team called Longford Town won recently. On their Twitter, the goal scorer did the circles over the ice celebration. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Nick. Like, who cares about Longford Town? Either he is playing at that level in Ireland, which I could play in, and he's just watching celebrities do it, his idols do it. That happens. You see kids in the local park doing these celebrations. You see Sunday League players doing them because they see it off the TV. I don't know if they're going to be possessed at that level at Longford, but maybe. Very possible if they were playing against a decent team and there was eyes on it. It's all energy, isn't it? So the more eyes on it, the more energy, the more chance there is of it being corrupt. That's why semi-pro, the average semi-pro team might get 500 people watching them. It's not enough people. Demons won't generate enough energy there in those games. So it's legit. I've played at that level. It's legit. Never involved in any suspicious team talks about match fixing because nobody bets on semi-pro either. Hardly anyone watches it. Nobody really bets on it. But the level's so high, semi-pro. People underestimate the level. I told you, and they overestimate the level of professional football. Yeah, Gabriel's a legend for what he's done. Tobin's swing is swinging in. It's been a while, baby. Laugh out loud. This is all for money, bro. If you knew who was winning, you wouldn't need people's money. I tell people who's going to the finals every day for free. Mark, all right, mate. Then you don't have to ask me. If you know who's going to the finals, you don't need to ask me, do you, mate? What I do is 7 to 8 hours of work a day on my site. Sports is a big aspect of it because it connects to revelation. I reveal so much, mate. I deserve 100 times what I make. That's the reality. But I'm good with what I have, and I'm fine with that. So if you keep piping up, I'll just get rid of you because you're very annoying. The negative energy is a joke. I tell everyone who wins the finals, no, you don't. You don't have a clue, or you won't be begging me and asking me, would you? If you know. So in this 76ers game as well, they kept the 76ers on 96 points forever. I said the Queen would die 2 years before she did at 96. Again, if you haven't read the Queen book, Divine's read the Queen book. If you've read the Queen book, just give me a woo. How are you doing, Johnny G? Give me a woo if you've read that Queen book, because not enough people have read it. If you've read the Queen book, give me a woo, and you see exactly why I called the Queen's death at 96. It's all there. It's all there. Divine's read it. She's writing a book now, guys. When that's done, I'll promote it. She's a great girl and very intelligent and very open-minded. And I think she sees the world differently to most people. She has a gift. Okay, Gaddafi's read it as well. So, interesting name, Gaddafi. So the game was 96 at one point, but the 76ers stayed on 96 forever. It was 96, 88, and then boom, Tatum, boom. What? It's 96, 96? Of course they do. Timeout. Tatum connects to Kobe. Kobe was drafted in 96. King Kobe. So when that happened, I was like, geez. And then it went 98, 96 to Boston. Tatum gave them the lead. They ended up having a 5-point lead, 105, 100. Philadelphia were plus 400 in play to win. If anyone did that, that's a brave move. But at one point, they were up by 15 and minus 700 to win. This is why you have to be smart. Back in the day when I bet, which I don't, now, I would have had the 76ers. I would have had Embiid player prop. And as soon as 76ers went up by 15, I would have taken Boston spread, the plus 10.5 all day long. I would have won all three. I probably would have had a little bit on Boston money line as well to be extra safe, to guarantee like a high level of profit. Most people don't cover themselves either through greed, ego, or lack of funds. But again, that game today was this close to the Celtics winning, that close. And if you won on the 76ers and you won a lot of money, probably had a minor heart attack or took minutes off your life. The website is amazing all day long. Thank you. Again, you can only judge the website if you're there. You can't judge it if you're not. Hey, bro, will you do Denver Suns game on the site? No, bro. Sorry. I'm done today. I'm knackered. The Suns have a really good Riddle. If I had to bet, I'd take the Suns, but I wouldn't. I haven't done enough. But I know I'm done now. I'll probably respond to some comments. I'm going to work on my book. I'll look into the Lakers Warriors tomorrow. What's interesting about that is the Lakers won the last game by 30. They got 127 points going into the 127th day of the year. And 127 is the 31st prime number. If they win tomorrow, they take a 3-1 lead. But that's only one. You've got to see through traps like that. There was the potential trap today. 127th day of the year, 31st prime. Both teams could have gone 3-1 in the series. It doesn't always happen. It doesn't often happen when it's that blatant. But you've also got to be aware of it. Because sometimes it is that blatant, but rarely. So now your 76ers won. That Riddle's gone. There's no way they can both win it 3-1. So they might be going with a 2-2. It's hard. It's hard. I think that Denver Suns series goes 3-2. It's 2-1 now. I think it'll be 3-2 at one point. 32 is huge with Denver, and it's huge with the Suns. It's 32 rays on the Society of Jesus' logo, which is that of a sun. Denver equals 32. It's a massive number. So I think they split the next two. But the way the NBA is, you just don't know if they're going to have Denver upset in Phoenix and then Phoenix come back in Denver. We saw that with the Warriors and Kings. You think, well, the Warriors at home, they're going to close it out. Oh, no, the Kings beat them. Oh, the Kings are going to close it out in Sacramento. No, they get murdered. It's weird how it all works out. So, again, if you've done well today, you've won a bit of cash, you don't have to now bet on another game. And if you somehow lost money, just call it a day, chill. It's very easy. I've been there on Sundays where your whole day you give to professional sports. So they have morning games and then early afternoon, then evening games. It's all by design by the devil. So just chill. Just chill, Daddy chill. Have you seen that? Daddy chill. I don't know who he is. You know what I'm talking about, the video? Lakers 76ers final, baby. That will just be so ridiculously blatant with Kobe being born there and LeBron overtaking him in the scoring charts a day before Kobe died in Philadelphia. But again, if the world's going to end and we're in the end times, it don't matter if it's blatant, does it? The Kings to beat the Warriors was a massively blatant riddle that didn't come in with King James against the Kings. That didn't come in. So again, it's using your discernment and basically If you can get 7 out of 10 right, and then also see what's going on in play and figuring it out. Like there was somebody on my website, I forgot his name, it might be James. When it went 1-0 West Ham, he said 5 minutes later, he took them 1-0 because of all the 10s and the 55s. He went, I'm just going 1-0. And they won 1-0. Most people think, no, there'll be another goal. There's definitely going to be another goal. Number 10, Rashford at the post, by the way. So he took 1-0 because of the code. And then he was like, I'm going 1-0 here. Can't remember what the odds were, but very good because it was pretty early. When did he score? Yeah, 27 minutes. So that means for like 73 plus the 8-minute stoppage that there'd be no more goals. It was probably like 4-1 just for the code. So you've got to do as you wish. More often than not, I say, I like this team or I lean this team. I would do this. But you've also got to read the code and use your discernment. There's a guy on my website called Carl D who's amazing. And one pick I got wrong today, it annoys me getting stuff wrong. I didn't think Newcastle were losing. Tiny bit happy that Arsenal won because I said the season will go to the last game of the season. If they didn't win today, it was pretty much done. But he did this exceptional code for Arsenal. So you've got to read that as well. I am not a god. There's only one God. I'm a very, very talented, passionate, genuine coder. But I ain't a god. If somebody else does a code and it looks better than mine and you like that, don't go, I've got to ride with the illusion. Illusion's never wrong. Of course I am, guys. I'm just right 70, 75% of the time. That means a quarter of the time I'm wrong. So if somebody has a better code than me, in your opinion, don't ride it because the illusion's never wrong. Of course I am, guys. Ain't about necessarily being right and wrong all the time. It's a big part of what I do. If I'm constantly wrong, I wouldn't have a following, of course. I wouldn't have a successful website if I was constantly wrong. But his code was so good. So good. The 81 points, guys, the 9x9 and 9x11 is 99. And there was a lot for Arsenal, but there was a lot for them not to win as well. I just thought they might just end this now, end the league. But no, they made the top 4 really interesting again. Can Liverpool make it now? Can Brighton? Can Spurs? They've opened it up by having Man United lose and Newcastle lose on the same day. I still think that's your top 4. I don't think Tottenham and Liverpool sneak in, even though it looks like they could. I still think that's your top 4 that you see right now. So, anyways, Liverpool fans booed the Charlotte little baby. They also, weren't they chanting the national anthem? Again, guys, stop singing the national anthem. It's witchcraft. All right. And then I remember growing up, you'd be so proud when you see like the England national team. God save our Queen. Da, 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 da. And now it's like, it's probably some sort of black magic. You see the Italian players and all the Italians are crying with passion. Why? Countries are social constructs created by the devil. All right. Why are you crying with the national anthem? Why do you want the royal family to reign over you? The king, there's only one king. It's Jesus Christ. And by the way, Lockwood was messaging me. He reminded me, which, again, the amount of stuff I do that goes under the radar, much love, Eric, is off the charts. Was it 5-6 months ago? I said, look out for Philadelphia franchises to get to major finals because they all did 42 years. In 1980, 42 years before these seasons began. If you would have done that, I don't know if anyone did, you would have got 100 to 1, 200 to 1, something ridiculous. I said it's on the website, all page, whatever I had. Probably it'll be my website. It's on there. Look for Philadelphia franchises to get to major finals, all of them. Because 42 years before in 1980, they did. MLS, Philadelphia got to the final and lost. Philadelphia Eagles got to the Super Bowl and lost. Philadelphia Phillies got to the World Series and lost. Are the 76ers going to get there? Maybe. It's hard when Boston are the monumentally huge favourites. They're even money, or they were even money. They won't be now. They're probably plus 150. They were even money to win the NBA before this game. Even money, guys. Embiid was plus 120 to get over 30 points. So stuff like that, Adam, you've got to look into what happened 42 years ago. 42 is everywhere. What happened? That's where I found the information. I literally typed in what happened in 1980. And one of the things, it was a giant list. Philadelphia franchises all make major finals for the first time. I was like, oh, that could happen again. And three of them have got to final and lost. We can somewhat see the numbers on the machine operate, and I agree with that, Chris. We have a gift that hardly anyone in the world has. His job is to keep Rome out and defend the common law. Whose role is that? Would you take Booker and Durant 28 plus points and putting a small amount on the Suns trying to get some better odds? I can't say. I ain't a guy who comes on YouTube who just makes guesses and talks out my ass. I ain't going to say, yeah, I think we'll get that with no substance to it. Booker went so big in the last game because it was National Devon Day. And his name's Devin Booker. And he went huge. So if there's a riddle with that and this connection, my Embiid code, the numbers were insane. With the 10 months and 10 days before his birthday. So I felt really comfortable Embiid would have a big game, and he did. So I don't know, but I would not place a bet just because of a gut feeling because they're top players. And for them both to get that amount of points, it'll happen. I would say, so you've got Durant, Booker. There's a lot of points in the Suns. Durant gets a ton of points on his day. Booker does. Ayton does. They've got a lot of players that can get a lot of points. Chris Paul on his day can get 20 plus points. So it depends. If it's a high scoring game, then yeah. If it's a low scoring game, no. Jokic will probably go big because I did a code at the beginning of the series that he would have a massive series. And he has been. He got 39 points in game 2 when I had Denver to take a 2-0 lead. If I had to bet on that game, I'd take the Suns. From what I've seen, but I don't feel supremely confident enough to post on my site. I would take the Suns. Points? I'm not going to say. I don't know. Look at the durations of the birthdays. See if you see anything yourself. I'm not going to do it right now. Hey, Sparky Lee, much love to you. Hope you're well. Guys, check out Sparky Lee's channel. If the Secret Service had shot more Liverpool fans, like 6 more, the Queen may have lived longer, like 1 or 2. We don't know exactly what happened, do we, with these events? We just go off what they tell us, to be honest. 2023 NBA Finals begins on June the 1st. Yeah, that's interesting. LeBron's highest scoring game, 6-1, like June the 1st, 6-1. A day with 213 days remaining in the year. LA area codes 213. Also, date durations match up with the date of the 2020 NBA Finals. And yeah, I've said that the Lakers have a spectacular code. It's remarkable. If you bet, you might as well have a small bet. Like, I'm not going to be stubborn with it. I said the Lakers likely won't win it. I was very convinced they wouldn't win it. But if they win it, now's the time to get on them. Well, it would have been, obviously, when they were like 40-1. But a while ago, I said the Lakers are going to keep winning. Again, maybe 6 to 7 weeks ago, I said the Lakers will keep winning. They'll end the season well. And they kept winning. But the Lakers code's sensational. If you do bet, have a tiny bet on them. I just think it's too blatant. But I've been there before where I thought it was too blatant. And the code was perfect. So my advice to you guys, or Agent D, who's a great coder, if you're seeing all these things for the Lakers and you're really convinced by the Lakers, do a little bet. Don't need somebody to baby you and hold your hand. Do a little bet. If that's what you're seeing, bet an amount that you're willing to lose. And if it wins, How I'm seeing it with the Lakers, not for my ego, because it's not about that now. If the Lakers win the NBA Finals, then, wow, I'll have to edit my Kobe book for sure. But I'll reveal it all to people, and they're better than anyone. I don't think they're winning it. I just don't. That's what I think. And if they get to the NBA Finals, I'll code them. And then if I do a video saying Lakers win the NBA, it's not going to be I told you so, because I'm not saying that they were going to win it. But I'm also not going to hide away. I know people coming straight away. You said this team for finals. Now why are you telling people you said the Lakers? Never said the Lakers. I'm just showing you what happened. That's my job, guys. Pretty much to reveal that we live in a coded reality and we're in a spiritual war. And if you win more than $10 a month from my picks, you get in my website for free. If you just sit down and break it down like that, what I'm doing is pretty incredible. I've never, ever been below 55% ever since doing this. I'm pretty much around 70 or 80 every month. And I provide loads of content. And you pay $10. If someone's losing $10 from my picks, then again, they're not taking my daily picks. They might put $1,000 on a game that misses, then they've got no money for the rest of the month and then hate me. That doesn't judge my performance of one-off game, just like if I get one right and you win thousands, it doesn't judge me. Over the month, over the year, that's where you judge a person. Not a couple of days or a week. Over the month after month after month after month after month, I've been doing this at this level. And again, if you've been with me for 3 years, you're the only ones that genuinely can back me up. Otherwise, it just sounds like I'm just talking shit, but I'm not. Devils won today, didn't they, in the hockey? Thank you to somebody on my website. They did a crazy code for the Devils. What I often do as well on my site, when people do these phenomenal codes, I look at them, I go, just be aware of that. The reason I do that is because I don't want them to put their whole life savings on a game. All right? So I'll say, yeah, that's really good, but just be aware of that. Does it talk them out of their own pick? It shouldn't. But it hopefully influences them to not hammer it. But then again, if it comes in, they might be frustrated that I left that comment. When it comes to most things in life, guys, you get the final say. Not always, but you do. And it's the same with betting. You decide who you bet on, how much you bet, if you're going to cover, if you're going to bet in play, if you're going to bet to try and win it back later in the day. You decide all of that. There's outside influences like me, the media, your friends, but it's you. It's you that ultimately decides what you're going to invest in. I like to invest in knowledge, baby. Wrexham, I've done a whole code about Wrexham. If you look, oh, by the way, did you watch my live yesterday where I was adamant Borussia Dortmund would win? Go watch it. Adamant, just in a minute. Did it in a minute. Like Dortmund, all right, they're going to win. They'll go 24/7. The Illuminati were founded 247 years ago, like the US. They won 6-0, guys. Just that. I saw the 24/7, 24 hours in a day, 7 days. I coded it in a minute. Sometimes that's my best work. I don't overdo it. I don't check every statistic. I look at the standings. I see the narrative. I've said the Bundesliga is going to go to the last game of the season, just like the Premier League. I still believe that. I was like, Dortmund win. And they were 1-2. So again, if you have big money, you bet $2,000 and win $1,000. I used to bet that type of amount of money. If you bet in 20 to win 10, probably not worth it. If you bet in 5 to win 250, probably not worth it. It depends on what you're staking. There's a girl called Ken's who's on my site, and she bets like $6,000 a game. She rides me. She said, "Your NBA, you're literally hardly ever wrong. I just ride your NBA picks." She's betting 6, 7, 8 grand. If you're betting 15 quid a week, what are you expecting from it? If you're doing it for fun, great. But what are you actually expecting from betting $15, $20? What are you going to get with that, even if you win? Nothing. That's where Vegas wins a lot of its money, from baby bettors. who constantly lose $10, $15, $20 every month, and it just adds up. It's the big rollers where Vegas don't like. But how many big rollers do you get in the world right now with the economy? Next to none. So that's just, again, the reality. I'm speaking truth, which I always do. Cheers, Patrick. Much love to you, bro. How is London? I heard England were beautiful today, the weather, my friends told me. 47 watching started 47 minutes ago. Good eye, mate. 76ers winning the NBA. I would not go that far. It's only 2-2, guys. Celtics are still the favourites to progress. They'll be the big favourites in Game 5. If 76ers win that, then okay, very interesting. If not, that's going to mean 76ers need to win back-to-back games against Boston, and I'm not sure anyone's done that this season against them. They don't lose many games, Boston, but maybe. Showers in Salford all day. Oh, that's a shock. I played football, like my last semi-pro season in England. I was playing for Wakefield, and I played against Salford. We beat them 2-0. That was before, I think it was a year or two before the Millionaire bought them, and Giggs and Scholes and the Neville sisters and all of that. I played against Salford. They literally brought about 15 fans. That's it. 15 fans or something ridiculous. And now they're in the Football League, again, because of money. Money does talk. There's no denying it. Thoughts on the whole Wrexham situation? Black magic. It's the devil. It's the beast. It's the dragon. The dragon is Satan. Obviously, Wrexham's in Wales. King Charles was the Prince of Wales. I was actually in Wales when Princess Diana died. So Wrexham, they ended with 111 points. I talk about 9/11 all the time. 9/11 happened with 111 days left in the year. The Queen was born the 111th day of the year. She died 911 days after coronavirus was declared a global pandemic. Corona means crown. Wrexham were crown champions. They'll be playing in League Two next year. They're already the favourites to win it. All right? They're already the favourites to win it. And what I found interesting was this. They drew the last game of the season against Torquay United. I always think about Torquay because when I used to watch Soccer AM, Helen Chamberlain was a huge Torquay fan. I always wondered, like, why? Why Torquay? There's something about that place. It's a beautiful place. But Wrexham were first. Torquay were 21st. 1-2-1. That's Revelation and Antichrist in Gematria. It's 11 times 11. Remembrance Day, honoured on 11/11, which is basically honouring those who lost their life in World War I. Queen's funeral, 11 days after she died at 11 a.m. So again, this is going on in the Nation League, whatever it's called. No, I call it the conference. They've got that bullshit Conference League and the Europa League now. So Wrexham win it. You got Ryan Reynolds. I think I may have done a video about why he purchased it. He works for the devil. Mr. Deadpool, he works for the devil. So Wrexham ended with 34 wins, 9 draws, and 3 losses. 34 is the 9th Fibonacci number. 9, the square root is 3. So they ended 34-9-3, which is insane. Notts County finished second. They got 107 points. Every other season, that means you win the league. Not this one. They finished 4 points behind for the Four Horsemen. They finished on 107 points, the 28 triangular number, which is the 7th prime. No, 28 is the 7th try. 17 is the 7th prime. But Notts County, 11 draws, 3 losses, 1-1-3. Coronavirus was declared a global pandemic, 11-3. So Wrexham winning it was to do with the beast of Revelation, like everything is. It was to do with the devil. The devil's the dragon. All right, watch my Gareth Bale video about why he retired at age 33, why his last game for Wales was against England. Watch my code about why I said England would destroy Wales and Rashford would score. That's exactly what happened. You got to go back, guys. If you're pretty new to my channel, go back and watch it all. Just have a day and watch 10, 15, 20 of my videos, and you're going to go, geez. People lose track of what I've done. They do, and what I've said and what I've revealed. And we live in a world where you get something wrong and they remember that. And that's the sad part of it. Of course, you've got to take into consideration losses. You can't say, well, it doesn't matter if I lose. Of course it does with what I do. But you can't be the guy who completely dismisses everything that I've said and done and revealed. and then use the same 2 or 3 things that I got wrong. And constantly throwing it at me. I don't know why you do that, what you gain from that. Like, Charles's coronation was 6 months, 6 weeks, and 6 days after Elizabeth's funeral, guys. 666. Really? And Charles was her eldest son of 4. Charles got coronated at age 74, guys. 7's the 4th prime. The US was founded on 7-4. So, King Charles has got that bloodline. That vampire bloodline, guys. He's admitted it. He's got that Dracula bloodline. Just in your face, man. So, yeah. Cheers, Crown Jewels Music Group. You optimistic? Good. You were born in 74? Yeah, I was born in 86. Like, Argentina won the World Cup a day after the Pope turned 86, who I'm massively synced up with. I am synced up with, I don't know why, but I am, and I've proven it over and over again. I'm synced up with, like, the biggest impactful people in the world. I have all my numbers with the Queen. I have all my numbers with the Pope. I have them all with Brady. I'm not saying Brady's like massively influential. I've got all these numbers with these major, with Kobe. The people that I talk about, my numbers perfectly align with them. It's actually crazy. I think that's why I have this gift. I am actually synced to the code. Everything I talk about at the highest level that I do, that I reveal. Like, I was born on 33 and 42 date numerology, and the World Cup final, which I have a book about, finished 3-3 and 4-2 on penalties. 33 plus 42 is 75. The World Cup began on the wedding anniversary, the 75-year wedding anniversary of Elizabeth, May, and Philip. I lived in LA. I used to watch Kobe all the time. All my numbers sync up with Kobe Bryant. And I can't get my head around it. Like, his highest scoring game was a day before my birthday. No, his last ever game, sorry, was a day before my birthday. It's just crazy. And these people I talk about that I'm synced up with, that's why I pretty much always say what's going to happen with those people. So I guess I just have to be grateful somewhat that I'm so connected to this code. Ryan Reynolds in talks with Hollywood pal Natalie Portman over Wrexham meeting. Guys, can you not see all of this? Why are all of these? All right. Why are they all buying? Ryan Reynolds checks Wrexham stars are still alive as they party with bikini-clad girls. Still alive, a reference there to potential death. How many times have we seen this year? United, Arsenal, Chelsea win it at the death. In the NBA, they win it at the death, which means the last played pretty much. So you've got all these celebrities now that want to invest in Wrexham. Why don't they go invest in Notts County or Torquay or some of the other teams in that league, or Chesterfield or Barnet? Why do they all want to invest in Wrexham? Because of Ryan Reynolds. All these teams with these people investing a lot of money, they're all wearing red, aren't they? Salford, Wrexham, all wearing red for the devil. The Liverpool at iBooks ritual was interesting. Yeah, that was very good. The code that I had for Liverpool to go to Rangers and destroy them. Didn't they beat them 7-1? And they beat them 2-0 at Anfield, but 7-1 at iBooks. 71's the 20th prime. That's why Arsenal scored the second goal today. Made it 2-0 after 71 minutes. 71 and 20 is huge. That's why coronavirus was declared a global pandemic on the 71st day of 2020. 71's the 20th prime. Again, Arsenal. Oh, goal for Arsenal after 71 minutes. 2-0. What? Because 71's the 20th prime. Is that why? Is that why Liverpool beat Rangers 7-1 and 2-0 over 2 legs? 9-1. Connects to 13. Connects to the devil. Yeah. Yeah, you probably were devastated. If you're a huge fan and your team gets destroyed, it can be devastating. Hopefully that never happens to you ever again. I don't even know how I know these things. I just do. Does anybody else feel that way? Yeah. Yeah, Blake. I have moments knowledge equals 42. That's great. I didn't actually know that. Good knowledge. I have every single day I have a moment to myself and go, how do you know this, Adam? I do. And it ain't me telling people or boasting. Told you when I go out with friends, I'm never the illusion unless they ask me to be. Every day I ask myself, how do you know all of this? When I'm making edits to my book, I couldn't have wrote that. I was making edits to my Queen book last night. I was like, I couldn't have wrote that. I didn't write that. There's no what? I forgot how good that book is. It ain't me. Oh, it's a little bit of me with this. Like when I was watching that basketball game, a few guys came up to me, just American guys, seemed pretty cool. One of them worked there and they were like, oh, Boston have got this locked up. Please never use the word lock on my website. Or guys, if anyone ever uses lock and posts a sports code on my website, then please do the opposite of what they say. Boston's a lock, then go against them. There's something with that word that if anyone uses it, go against it. That's what I saw in that silly little Discord community. Anyone who had the word lock got it wrong, and then they get abused. You called it as a lock, and I put $1,000 on it. You've lost me $1,000. No, you lost yourself $1,000, and you shouldn't go with locks. You'll learn that along the way. There are no locks. All right? Even Man City at home against the bottom of the league ain't no lock. There are no locks in sports. There aren't any. They don't exist. All right? When could you say a lock in play? Team's up by 15 with 30 seconds left. Okay, it's a lock that they've won. You can use it then. Not before a game, ladies and gentlemen. Take that out of your vocabulary, please. You embarrass yourself. Then you'll probably lose more often than not. Bro, is Messi coming back to Barca? I don't think so, no. Probably go to Miami or go to Saudi Arabia. It don't make any sense for Messi to go back to Barcelona when Barcelona are now pretty much the best team in Spain. Why would they want Messi back? Well, you've got to basically build your team around him. And he's going to be 36 this year. Why would you want him back? No, I don't think he goes. He either goes to the US or he goes to Saudi Arabia. Not because he wants to, because his code says he has to. So I don't think he goes back to Barcelona as a player. Again, if he does, I'll eat my words. I'll say, all right, yeah, he did. My bad. I didn't think it was going to happen. I don't see it. Your name and knowledge of the same gematria? No way. What did you type in? When you say my name, this is the thing, people. Did you type in Adam Edwards? My gematria with Kobe Bryant is crazy with my name. But what did you type in for me to have that gematria with knowledge? I believe it will come back. You're wrong, in my opinion. I'm glad you said, listen, Chris, I'm very glad you said you're wrong, in my opinion. I'm glad you used in my opinion, because obviously I'm not wrong. I'd only be wrong if he went back. So yeah, but I have a portfolio, mate, of being right when it comes to this stuff. So if you're right, you're right. I'll be shocked. You think he's going to go back and play under Xavi? Basically, it was Xavi who always gave Messi the ball in those number 10 positions. It was always Xavi or Iniesta. Yeah, if Messi goes back to Barcelona as a player next season, I'll be baffled. That's all I'm going to say to you. The Queen book is fantastic, so can't wait to see the updated version. Cheers, Divine. My Illusion book's almost done. That's my pride and joy. The Queen book's all numbers, in it. The Illusion is not about numbers. The book, anyway. What's your opinion on next season for Rangers? I don't know, bro. I don't look that far ahead. I don't know. I had Celtic Foot League this season, but they were the favourites. They won it today, didn't they? Of course they won it on a Sunday. What's up, K-Dub 24? What about Real Madrid and AC Milan going to the final? I don't think so. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to get deep into the Champions League. I'm going to do that on my website. I don't think it's AC Milan, Real Madrid. I think it's too obvious. Ancelotti lost in Istanbul with AC Milan. This final is going to be in Istanbul on Ancelotti's birthday. I don't think he gets there and loses to Milan or beats them. I think it's too blatant. I'll be really shocked. But again, if the world's coming to an end and it's in the next few years, who knows? Then it can be blatant. If you think it's Real Madrid, AC Milan, you will get a huge payout. Do it. If that's what you think, do it. Man City are big favourites over Real Madrid. Inter are slight favourites over AC Milan. If that's what you think, then get on them both to qualify. I don't think it happens. I don't think it happens. I think there's a really, really phenomenal riddle for City treble. I think for me, City either win treble or win nothing. It sounds ridiculous. I don't think they'll just win like one trophy. I think they'll win it all or they don't get anything. I think there's more chance they win it all, but we'll see. We're going to find out in the next month, aren't we? We're going to find out over the next 4 weeks. And I think after the Premier League's over and the Champions League, you're gonna really see shit kick off with the monetary system, with wars and all sorts of stuff. All right? You're going to start seeing it. This is the calm right now. You'll see it. Charles is in power right now. There's been a big shift there. Riddles may change because I've been so unbelievably consistent because I know every number under the sun with the Queen. I've been studying Charles day in, day out because I know I have to know. I'm sure one day I'll write a book about Charles, but the reality is everything's been about Kobe and Queen Elizabeth and Pope Francis, and that's why I've been so outrageously consistent. It might now have shifted to Charles. Anyone learning this knowledge, learn about Charles. All right, learn all of his numbers. I know him off the top of my head. I could go on Eggheads and be quizzed about the royal family. Don't matter what member, I would nail it. Whether it's William, Harry, Princess Charlotte, Charles, Elizabeth's mother, her father, no matter who it is. I've got all that knowledge locked up, guys, and the royal family are massively synced up to Revelation. Come on. How are you denying it at this point if you're watching my stuff? Don't matter if they have a great manager. What does it mean? It's not about the manager, mate. Come on. Is that what you think? Do you think one person has that amount of power? It's not about being a great manager. Celtic either win it or Rangers. Celtic have the bigger budget. All right. So they're probably going to win it. And they've got insane numbers. And they have the Catholic riddles. They're the most synced up team in the world with Pope Francis. A Celtic. They really are. But yeah, I know Celtic won the title. It's another future, but I can't go around telling everyone I had Celtic for the league. They beat Hearts as well. I've told you to keep an eye on heart attacks this year. We've seen a massive increase. So they beat Hearts for the league. The Queen of Hearts, ladies and gentlemen. All right. And how often am I talking about 21? Every day? Celtic drawn 2, lost 1, 21. Got 95 points, which is the 95 Theses. Remember, Martin Luther King died 95 date emoji, the 95th day of the year. They win the title, Rangers on 82 points. The Rangers have scored 82 goals. The Queen was born 4-2-1, the 82nd prime. So, yeah, 13 points ahead of Rangers. 13, I've told you, is that number with the devil. And Celtic beat 4th place Hearts. It's interesting, Donald Trump, who's connected to Revelation, was born on 14-6 or 6-14, and Hearts are now 14-6-14 in the league. So, yeah, like I said, I'm not going to take credit for calling Celtic to win the league because it's between two teams. and they were the favourite. But I'm sure people bet on Rangers at some point in the season. Been seeing a lot of Haaland letting his hair down. Well, I've told you who Haaland is. Another thing I'm going to shut people up with. I can't talk about it on YouTube. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Yes, Haaland brings his hair down and he wears lipstick. I've told you why. I've shown you why, and people won't accept it. Fine, don't. I can't lie. I can't see football being rigged. It's not rigged. It's coded. The outcomes are predetermined by a code. That's not necessarily rigged. It's not man. It's not the Freemasons. It's not Vegas. It's the code. It's almost like these games have already been played. It's like a video game. It's like the algorithm already knows who's already going to win. So it's not rigged by man. If that's what you're thinking, it's not. It's spiritual. The reason why people can't see this code is because they lack spirit. Simple. They're still in love with the flesh. They're still in love with the world. They can't process the possibility of angels and spiritual wickedness and the war in heaven and Lucifer being cast out of heaven like a lightning bolt to earth where he became Satan. They can't process any of that. So they're never going to get it. And then they might go, okay, it might be rigged. It might be corrupt because of money and Vegas. And okay, I can see that. Again, that's the first stage of acceptance, which is good. But most people never get past it. So no, the games are not rigged, mate. I might use the word rigged in my titles to get views because you have to play the game. If I say the Premier League is coded, what's he on about? Premier League's rigged. Oh, it might be actually. See that decision today. See this, see that. I have to use that word, but it ain't rigged. The way you're implying, in my opinion. All right, I'm going to go. I drink lots of whiskey. I'm a God-fearing Protestant. Again, like Protestant and Catholic, I think you're trapped in religion. When people have these titles like this, I'm a Protestant, like think about it. Just pure divide. What does it even mean? What is the difference between a Protestant and a Catholic? What's the main difference? Do you worship the same God? Why do you hate each other? Why do Rangers and Celtic fans hate each other? Why? What is it? What's the difference? We know the devil divides. He divides and conquers. Please tell me the major differences between a Protestant and a Catholic and why Celtic and Rangers fans hate each other. Does that sound like something God would want? No. No. Yeah, Rangers that got relegated and then they came back. That's because they were coded to do that. It were coded to happen. It worked the way it worked. It played out the way it had to play out. Sports are classed as entertainment. Yeah. They are. So that's all I'm going to say to you all. Just sit back. Ask yourself a couple of questions. Question your reality. Question the system. You'll do all of that when you read my illusion book. I'll work on it tonight. I am this close to getting it done. By the end of that book, you will completely question your reality. You will. That's the goal of that book. The other books, you question if we live in a coded reality. This book will have you question your whole reality and your views on the world, trust me. But my book won't be seen in a library or anything on Amazon. You know what I mean? Not a chance. I don't think the players are aware. Not all of them. I think potentially the highest level players are. Tom Brady said he won his Super Bowls because of his wife, who's a witch, and she did spells and rituals for him to win. He said that. Go on YouTube. So someone like Brady knows. I think LeBron knows. I think Ronaldo, Messi, I think Sir Alex Ferguson, I think Wenger, I think all them at that level know. Not every pro athlete's involved in it. There's not a chance. It depends. Maybe these these icon people, these icons might be fallen angels. They might be demons. And they're running the show. So they have far more knowledge than mankind does. So yeah, is it confusing? Of course it is. It's designed to be confusing. I try and bring clarity to things, but we have to put our hands up and say, we don't truly know everything. Only God does. Question your reality. Doesn't mean you'll always get the answer that you want. If you sit back and don't question it, you're just going to be used and abused by the system that's designed to ruin and break you. That's what it's set up to do. I won't let it do that to me. I've seen through the matrix. That's why I do work alone, and I have my own business, and I have this website. So I don't rely on the system or the government. Why would I want to rely on something so fragile and satanic? I put my faith in God. I put in tons of work. You can always have more money. You can always have more followers. You can always have more respect, just as much as you can have less money and less followers and less respect. I do what I do. I know my message. I share it as well as anybody, despite the lack of people watching my stuff, which is criminal. Truly is criminal that I have 25 likes in this live stream. It's criminal, but it's the system that we work under. People don't like the truth. They don't like their illusions being shattered. And I'm revealing so much truth, so much knowledge before it happens as well, most of the time. People still ain't going to have it. And that ain't my problem, but I still want to help. Because some of my biggest haters at the time are now my biggest supporters. And that ain't some cheesy UFC or wrestling line. It's the reality. Some of the people that truly hated me and ruined me and called me out have apologized, and now they love what I do and they share all my work. And that's a big thumbs up, in my opinion, for what I do. Right. Off I go. Cheers for watching. Do your best to share my work. If you're on my site, thank you. Hope you stay there, and for as long as I have that site, there's no reason to leave. And as soon as my book's out, I'll let you all know. So take care. Much love. I'll do another wrestling video soon, Paco. I can talk about wrestling all day. I'll do one for you. I know all about Cody losing to Roman and all of that. They like to do that, don't they? Which is all about Satan, them and the Usos. Part of the bloodline. The tribal chief. The chief's the devil, guys. Roman Reigns is currently working for the devil, whether he's aware of it or not. I've talked about the Shield. All right, that connects to war. There's three of them, like the Holy Trinity. Seth betrayed Roman. Seth was the child of Adam and Eve. The third child, because it was Cain and Abel, then Seth. I told you it was Seth that broke up the Shield. And I'm sure it'll probably be Seth who takes the title off Roman Reigns. Everyone says it's going to be Cody. It's probably going to be Seth because of the biblical connection. Cody Rhodes is the American nightmare. That's why he's come back, because the US is about to get absolutely ruined and collapse. His dad was the American dream. When he was wrestling, America was the most dominant, flourishing country in the world. Now, Cody, the son of the American dream, Dusty Rhodes, is the American nightmare. And America is basically going through a nightmare. Just look at your president. We know politics is a joke, but just look at your president. Look what an embarrassment your country is. I know countries are social constructs, but the US is an absolute embarrassment right now. So is England. Rightfully so. They've had too much power for too long and too much influence. They're going down. Babylon's going to burn. All right? Just like Sodom and Gomorrah. We'll watch, won't we? We'll watch it all play out. I'm not going to say God bless Dusty, another guy who clearly worked for the devil. I'm not going to say God bless to Dusty. Anyone in that wrestling industry. I think at that level, they probably know. because billions of people watch wrestling. And they only have really what per show 20, 25 main eventers. I think the top stars, your John Cena's. Do you think he got told to do that? You think that's hustle, loyalty, and respect? Or do you think he's throwing up the sixes? The Undertaker, all about death, one of the most dominant wrestlers ever. Hulk Hogan literally talked about the Twin Towers coming down with Macho Man, foreshadowed it. That's on YouTube. So again, either it's one of two. Man's aware, and at the highest level, they're possessed by demons, and they're aware of it, and they've given themselves to Satan. Or none of us, in my opinion, are aware of it, of this demonic possession, and demons may have possessed the person, and they're oblivious to it. That would make a lot of sense in many ways, that these demons can possess people, and maybe someone like Vince McMahon is a massive devil worshipper, and then he knows how it all works, and then he's a billionaire and he owns the empire, and then he can say, right, John Cena, you're having that gimmick, you go out, you throw up the sixes, which means hustle, lot of respect. John Cena could well be oblivious to it all, and he's being used by the devil. I just don't think so. He's at the top of Hollywood, just like The Rock. A lot of these top wrestlers become the top of Hollywood. There's The Rock and Batista, John Cena, not necessarily the top, but Stone Cold's been in Hollywood, Hulk Hogan. So I think there's got to be some. I don't think they're innocent in it all. To get that level of fame and fortune and influence and wealth in this realm, I think that you're working for the devil. I think there's plenty of them that are aware of it. And then there might be a lot of others that are oblivious to it. We'll never probably know. They're not going to come out and tell us. Like Sam Smith, right? Before I go, I'm still talking, aren't I? Sam Smith, when he first came on the scene, I ain't going to lie, I liked his music. All right? He had a couple of songs. Yes, they were like very emotional and dramatic, but I'd listen to Sam Smith's songs. I'd go, all right, like Stay With Me. I thought that was a really good song. And now you see Sam Smith. I'm not going to say what I really think because I can't. Sam Smith has gone from being a very talented singer, bringing out decent enough music that can be enjoyed by any age group, male or female, to now dressing as the devil, to wearing fishnets, to wearing high heels, to lipstick, saying that he's X, Y, and Z gender. So before I go, is he aware, as he sold out, we always hear this term, you sold your soul to the devil. You can't. The devil can never own your soul. Only God can. But I know what you mean by getting sold out. Did Sam Smith sell out so he could stay at the top of the music industry, win his Grammys, have all this influence, have all eyes on him, even though a lot of people really don't like the guy? Or is he being used by the devil? As the devil basically possessed Sam Smith. Sam Smith was very talented, had a lot of influence. Right, now this guy's a perfect person that we can use to spread our message, and we're going to possess him. Is it magic that does the possession? Do you have to openly, as a human vessel, say, I'm willing for you to possess me? I don't know that, but I will say what Sam Smith's doing right now is absolutely disgraceful and disgusting. And he's having a lot of influence on younger generations. I can tell you that. Whether possessed and aware of it, or whether possessed and oblivious, what Sam Smith's doing and how people like him shape our society, I'll call it out. But I can never look you all in the eye and say, he sold out, he is this. I'll just tell you what I think. I don't agree. I think the entertainment industry is a huge distraction from God. And unfortunately, I talk about it a lot, but if you realize, I always end my videos with God wins. That's the ultimate message of mine. So yeah, I don't know. Could be dressing as who Sam really is, Samantha Smith. Could be just finally revealing who they are. But again, Do they know what their gender actually is? Do they know that? You don't know when you're born who you are, do you? So I don't know, man, but it's wild. Revelation numbers, whether you believe in revelation or not, revelation numbers are playing out every single day in every single way. For whatever reason, I have the gift to show it. And anyone who's I look good in pink. I just threw this on. If anyone's going to do another blog about me saying Illusion wears pink, so he's promoting the LGBTQ community for wearing pink, what about the black? What about the green and black shorts? Like, it's just nonsensical. So this is what we're up against, guys. This is what we're up against. A lot of people are really lost, and I've told you they're lost because they've not found God. All right. Cheers, Divine. I appreciate that. Jason Statham copying the Illusion swag. I do look a bit like Statham. I do. But I ain't a devil worshipper. All right. I don't know, Ben. I really don't know. I don't have the answers to everything. I just show you what's playing out. I don't know how it's all being done, if it's black magic, if it's God, if it's the devil, if it's a combination, if it's AI. People seem to think we live in a matrix that's run by artificial intelligence. Again, I'll never be able to tell you 100% how this is all being done. I just reveal the numbers, I reveal the patterns, I reveal the connections, and you as a grown man have to come to your own conclusions. Illusion don't know everything. If I did, I'd be a billionaire, wouldn't I? If I knew everything. I don't. I just know more than most. All right. Cheers, guys. Take care. Have a blessed day or night or whatever it is. I'm off. Bye, guys. You know what? Hit that like button before I go. Let me see that. A measly 30 likes is pretty embarrassing. I've got tension in my shoulder, baby. I'm trying to learn Viva La Vida, the intro on my piano or keyboard. I'll put that on my Instagram later if I nail it. Because I do think that's one of the best riffs in music. And again, Coldplay, the drummer went to the high school 10 minutes away from my house, the drummer. Bradford Grammar School. It's like a private school. What? Yeah. It's a private school. His name's Clarence, and his parents have a real good marriage. That's from 8 Mile. Again, is Eminem a demon? Could be. It could literally be a demon. Or is he just a talented white rapper from a trailer park in Detroit who was gifted with this God-given talent to rap, and he made it to the top through hard work, dedication, and those gifts? Or is he a demonic sellout who was given all of this by the devil? I guess only Eminem knows that, or maybe he doesn't. Maybe he has no idea. He always talks about his demons, Eminem. Always talks about his demons in his song. Interesting. All right. Cheers, guys. Much love. Take care. God bless you all. I'm out.